Hey everybody, Randy Kurtz here for the ISB with the tip of the month for the new year, the first one of the new year, so Happy New Year. We've talked in the past about posture. We've talked about the fact that if we pretend we have a string attached to the top of our head going up to the ceiling or to the sky or what have you, it will pull our neck and our shoulders back by virtue of our head going back with that string, which will line up our earlobes with our shoulders nicely here. And then we've also talked about the fact that if we then take a deep breath in and drop it like that, we will still have that nice alignment here, but also we will then, by blowing out that breath and dropping those shoulders, we will then take any excessive stress that we may have by walking around with our shoulders jacked up to here, like so many of us do. So I'd like to add on to that by pointing out that there's another joint which connects the head to the neck. And this is something that we don't often think about, as when we are going to go somewhere or do something, we lead with our nose and our eyes. So we may look this way and then go. We may look this way and then go, and our neck follows our head and with it the rest of our body. So there's this joint here, which if you palpate the back of your head, that's touch to you and me, folks. Right back here, you feel a bump at the back where the back of the head meets the neck. Now that bump is where the skull ends and the neck begins. So this bowling ball that we have on top of our necks, which is the head, approximately 8 pounds or so, is actually a separate entity and is rarely treated as such because we don't, again, tend to acknowledge it in that way. So when we are trying to get our posture together, one thing that we do is when we pull back like that, maybe we put our nose up in the air a little bit, or we tend to walk with our head thrown back like that. And that is supposed to indicate an air of confidence or maybe snootiness. We talk about nose being up in the air, that kind of thing. But it's supposed to instill confidence and give one the feeling of confidence, etc., and make everybody else think that you're confident. Well, that's fantastic. However, when you do that, that joint, which is where the head and the neck meet, tends to have extra pressure on there from you tilting your head backward, because there's a separate range of motion for the head before the neck starts moving. So if I move my head like so, I can move a little bit before I actually engage the neck. Now you're probably not going to be able to feel this because it's really subtle. So to make this easy, or as easy as possible, when you have your head back like that, rather than throwing your head back or putting it back and having your nose sort of up in the air as part of this whole getting your posture together thing, try to just drop your head a couple of degrees, and I mean a couple of degrees. I don't mean chin to the chest or bringing it forward or anything like that. I mean, if you've got your neck and your head thing together with the string and dropping your shoulders like we've talked about before, just bring your head forward a couple of degrees. Think about it as leveling out your eyesight. So maybe if we walk with our heads back like that, and then we want to look ahead, we may sort of bring our gaze down and look in that way in order to be able to see where we're going better rather than off in the distance. Rather than that, let's bring our head down just a couple of degrees. I'll do that again slowly. Can't get much more slowly than that, I don't think. Anyway, by bringing your head forward like that and making your gaze horizontal, that will take care of bringing your head forward, and you don't have to worry about bringing your chin down or touching your chest or anything else like that. Again, what this does is this takes pressure off of that place where the head and the neck actually meet, where that separate joint is, and allows us to, again, have even better posture and take pressure off of there, which would and could result in tight musculature, pulling here, headaches, things of that nature. So this is just an extension really of what we've been talking about before, well, literally an extension with posture in the past. So if you've seen my other videos, you know what I'm talking about with the string and the and dropping the shoulders. And this is just adding on to it again. Let's just sort of drop our head as a separate entity a couple of degrees, and that can easily be done by simply making our gaze horizontal when our head is going to be up in the air and that kind of thing. All right. So, as usual, my book, The Basic Guide to Injury Management, Prevention, and Better Health, available from my website, www.drkertz.com, and available from your association, of course, also as an ebook now from basebooks.com. If anybody's going to the NAMM show, I will be there. I'll be at the Lace Music Products booth and perhaps Groove Gear as well. Please stop by, say hello. Please feel free to email me with your comments, questions, constructive criticism, etc. drkertz@drkertz.com. And that's it until next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.